Aloha, it's Brandy with Better Life Strategies. We are going to walk through section 3 of the Clarity Workbook. Section 3 is the largest section, so give yourself a little bit more time today to walk through it. And go ahead and turn off your phones or any reminders that are coming up. Close the door so you can have some privacy to work in peace and get your Clarity Workbook out so we can get started. I'm going to share my screen so we can all be on the same page. And you can open your book, your workbook up to page 4. It's where part 3, the Clarity section starts. But we are going to start with the breathing exercise and visualization to get present and to get focused and to clear our minds for answers to come up. So go ahead and just get settled in. Take a couple of deep breaths. Go ahead and close your eyes. I'll read the visualizations to you. Okay. And on your inhale, I want you to visualize an open, clear space. Maybe it's a big blue sky, an open field, or a clear table. Think possibility. And on your exhale, blow out all the noise. Turn off the mental reminders. Relax your face and drop your shoulders away from your head. Inhale, focus on that clear space and light it up. Make it bright in your mind. And exhale all the tension, fear, or any stress you're holding in your mind or body. Inhale and focus on that bright, clear space. Know that you have the answers inside you, and they will appear here with ease. Exhale any judgment or resistance to the process. You have the answers, and this is a safe space to share them. Okay, so page 4, question 13, finding clarity. If anything was possible, what would be your ideal outcome? In the best of all worlds, what would you want to happen? This is also your big picture, or what's the, the final sequence of events that's going to happen? How do you want this to turn out? What is the result do you want from any changes that you need to make or achieving any goals that we create later in the process? What is your ideal outcome in this situation? Go ahead and pause the video so you can fill out the answer to question 13. Number 14, why do you want this outcome? And I want you to be very specific because our why is our internal motivation. And it's going to be what we come back to on those days that we don't feel motivated, or if we get derailed and we need to get ourselves back on track. Our why is our emotional connection to the big picture or the ideal outcome. So be really specific about why you want this outcome. Go ahead and pause the video so you can fill the answer to question number 14. Number 15, how can you make this happen? Do you already know the steps that you need to take? Do you already know that the changes that need to happen? Do you already know the goals maybe that you need to set? How can you make this happen? And include any resources that you already have or you may need in the future. I want you to think outside the box. How can you make this happen? How can you get to your ideal outcome? And go ahead and pause the video so that you can fill out the answer to question 15. Question 16. What needs to change for this to happen? Do you need to hire someone to help with your business? Do you need to make a mindset shift? Is there a resource, a tool, or a skill that you need to get to help you achieve this goal or get to your ideal outcome? What needs to change for this to happen? And be honest with yourself. Go ahead and pause the video and answer the question for number 16. And number 17, what will be the hardest part for me? Think about any obstacles that might come up for you or any challenges that might come up in the process. Think about any internal blocks that you discovered in earlier sections and how those blocks might be creating resistance for you. And note why that's going to be a problem. Okay, go ahead and pause your video so you can answer question number 17. And question 18, what has not worked before and why? And be honest about this. Some of us tend to blame other people or other things that are outside our control for any failures in the past. But I want you to think about, what part did you play in the outcome? Are you realizing that maybe you had a block around previous experiences that made you resistant or created some internal self-sabotage? Be really honest about what hasn't worked in the past so that you can create a strategy to work around those challenges. And maybe there are some external things. Maybe you didn't have the support of your family, or there was, COVID really altered the way that your business works. So there might be some external factors, but a lot of times our resistance, our blocks, our own our own saboteurs, our mindset, those can play a big part in things that didn't work out previously. So be really honest. And if there were multiple reasons that things don't work out, haven't worked out in the past, list those and why they didn't work out. Again, this is going to be really valuable information when we're thinking about future obstacles and challenges that we need to be aware of so that we can create strategies to overcome them so they don't stop us again. Okay, go ahead and pause the video so you can fill out the answer to number 18. And number 19, what is stopping you right now? Was it a block that you figured out in earlier sections? Is there something else? Is there financial reasons? Is there a fear of failure? Is there a time issue or a commitment issue? What is stopping you from achieving this goal, making this change, or overcoming this issue right now? Go ahead and pause the video so you can fill out the answer to number 19. Come on back when you're ready. Okay, number 20. What are all of my options? I want you to think outside the box. If you have someone that's familiar with your situation and that you trust, I would encourage you even to give them a call to help you brainstorm. This is a perfect time for you to also schedule that discovery call, and I'd be happy to do a brainstorming session with you. The reason why I suggest that you get at least one other person to help you brainstorm is that those blocks that we worked on in previous sections, they can come up to you and they can really limit your thinking. And if you're not in a positive mindset, if you did section 2 and then took a week off and now you're working on section 3 and you slipped out of that positive mindset for effective planning, then you might not be at your most effective brainstorming right now. So call a friend, schedule a discovery call with me so that you can get some help brainstorming. Think outside the box. Really just put anything that comes to mind down on paper. You can narrow that stuff down later, but you just want to get everything that you can think of down on paper right now. So go ahead and pause the video so that you can brainstorm, call a friend, schedule a discovery call, and make this brainstorming section really effective. And come on back when you're done. Okay, 21. Is there another approach to getting my ideal outcome? And again, think outside of the box and look at your brainstorming ideas and think about what other approaches you can take to get your ideal outcome, to make your big vision a reality, to overcome any challenges or obstacles that are coming up for you. And again, this is another great one to call a friend that you trust, right? That doesn't have any ulterior motives or anything like that. You trust them; they have your best interest at heart. And if you called me for the brainstorming session for 20, we probably talked about this. If you didn't call me for the brainstorming session, again, this is another good question to schedule that discovery call for, so that we can do some brainstorming and really think outside the box for what other approaches you can make to get your ideal outcome or to make that big vision a reality. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can work on the answers to question 21. Come on back when you're done. Okay, number 22. What if you did nothing at all? And maybe that's how you got here in the first place, and you are ready to change that. But just think about it. Where are you going to be in 3 months or 6 months or a year if you did nothing at all? And not choosing is still a choice. So remember that if you choose not to make a choice, that's still a choice to do nothing. So I want you to think short-term and long-term about what the consequences are going to be if you do nothing at all. If you put your pen or paper down, if you shut down your computer and walk away right now. Right, go ahead and pause the video so that you can write in your answers for number 22. Right, number 23. What resources will help you get the results that you need? And this could be any number of things. If you want to start getting in shape or losing weight, and that requires physical activity, and you need to get a gym membership or some home equipment or find a yoga instructor that you like. If you're a small business owner or entrepreneur and you need someone to help you with marketing, accounting, business organization, hiring your first employee, anything that's really not in your wheelhouse, or if you don't love doing it, I always recommend outsourcing. If you don't love it, then outsource it. So what resources will help you get the result you need? Maybe that resource is hiring a coach like myself to help you shift your mindset and overcome these blocks. So think about the resources that you'll need to create your ideal outcome or to create that big vision that you have for yourself. Go ahead and pause the video so that you can list out your resources that you'll need to achieve this goal or create the outcome that you want. All right, number 24, how does this support our long-term goals? The reason I want you to think about long-term goals is because as human beings, we tend to be very myopic, we're reactive to short-term outcomes, and when we don't always think about the choice that we make today, how that's going to affect us in 6 months or a year or 3 years or 5 years down the road. So I want you to kind of think about, how is this going to support your long-term goals? If you want to get healthy so that you can go to your grandchild's graduation, that might be 5 years away, might be 10 years away. If you want to grow your business to $5 million a year, how does creating this ideal outcome or envisioning this big picture for a year, how does that feed into that 3-year or 5-year goal? Having an understanding of the choices that you're making today, how that's going to benefit you in the long run, or how this stepping stone relates to the path that you're on, is really important. It connects our right now to our future. And when we can make that connection, it'll be a little easier for us to stay motivated, stay on track, understand the long-term effects that we're making right now, and also helps us really stay clear when we need to make decisions. So go ahead and pause the video to write in your answer to how this is going to support you in the long term. And come on back when you're done. All right, I want to celebrate you for finishing the first 3 sections. I know it's a lot of questions, but hopefully at this point you've gained a great deal of insight. You understand some of your blocks and resistance. You understand maybe ways that you might be self-sabotaging yourself. And so I really want to celebrate you for getting to this point. And if you have completed all the questions up to this point, you should have enough clarity to define the focus for creating the change in your life or business. Now, the next section is creating our SMART goals and your Better Life strategy. And these tools will help guide you on your focus, keeping you on the path to creating your ideal outcome, or for making that big vision a reality. And if you are someone that hears the word goals and just your eyes roll to the back of your head and you feel exhausted, or you're like, I hate doing goal setting, please schedule a goal setting and strategy call with me. I believe it's on sale right now. And I'd be happy to just, really walk you through this process so that you're creating goals that motivate and inspire you, that you feel excited about. I know a lot of people have done goal setting in the past, and if goal setting isn't done right, it can be a huge deterrent. It can make us feel overwhelmed, so we quit. They can be, not inspirational. We don't look forward to doing them, and so we don't stick to the goals. But I want to set you up right, and I want to help you create goals and a strategy that really make you excited. And so definitely, if you struggle with setting goals, or you want some help setting good goals, please schedule that goal setting and strategy session with me, and I will love to walk you through this process so that you can create goals and a strategy that just get you out of bed with excitement every day. All right, there you go. It looks like there's a link in the workbook here for that goal setting strategy session. Okay, next section. I'm actually not going to do a video on section 4. This is your SMART goals. specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. Be as specific as you can with these. And like I said, if you need any help at all, if you have any resistance for this part of the process, please, please schedule that goal setting session with me, because it's really important that you have the steps and the strategy to getting the outcome that you want to get. And then once you have this, if you love setting goals and you go ahead and work through this SMART goal section and you get your strategy implementation in place, and then you're wondering, what's next? Well, you can schedule a free discovery call with me anytime so we can talk about next steps. But accountability is really, really important. Most people need some kind of accountability. And when I say most, I'm talking probably 80% of people need some support and accountability when they're making major changes in their life. So I have a couple of opportunities for that accountability, to create that support and accountability for you. We have a private group that's membership. You do a monthly membership and you come in and you get daily kind of motivational check-in to create that accountability. I also have weekly group sessions, and I keep my groups really, really small. If anybody's been in my groups before, they're usually around 8 or 10 people so that I can work with you individually. So I have weekly group sessions as well. And then I have one-on-one coaching, Ace Your Life, which is the awareness, clarity, and empowerment part of this workbook. And then I work with you one-on-one every week, and we have midweek check-ins, plus you have unlimited text and email contact with me as well. So if any of those sound interesting to you, definitely schedule that discovery call so we can talk about it. But just wanted to let you know that after you've done all the work to get through this workbook, I want to offer you continued support and that accountability so that you can take all this work that you've done and really make that change in your life. I am invested in your success. I struggled by myself for a lot of years. I didn't understand how important accountability was. I'm also one of those stubborn people that's like, I can do it by myself. And that's, it's not the best way. When you're making major changes in your life, doing it on your own is almost always a recipe for failure. So part of the reason that I do coaching and that I coach both my business clients and individuals is because I understand how important it is to have that support and accountability, to have someone that's expecting results from you, because it's really easy to blow ourselves off. There's not a whole lot of accountability if it's just us. So definitely call and talk to me about what support accountability situation works best for you. Okay, y'all. I hope that you have enjoyed these videos, that they've helped you work through the workbook. Like I said, I have so many opportunities for you to get support from the discovery call, from the goal setting and strategy sessions. Once you complete this workbook, setting you up with that support and accountability, and just helping you every step of the way along this process. Because I want to see you succeed. I want you to improve your life and business. I want you to live a life that you love. I want you to get up every day and feel grateful and recognize the abundance in your life and grow and be happy and spread that joy and love and gratitude to everyone else in your life. All right. Mahalo. Thank you so much for taking the time to work through this workbook. Thank you for taking the time to show up for you. Thank you. And as always, feel free to schedule those discovery calls, or shoot me an email anytime you have any questions. Much love and aloha from Hawaii, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thank you.